islands are completely flat, and our granitic islands would be the mountainous islands. For example, where you are here is Prana. In total, Seychelles is said to be 600 million years old, one of the oldest island archipelagos. We are not a volcanic island, okay, in case you're wondering. We are granitic island, we are a granitic basement, okay, separated from the Gondwana land many years ago, okay, or they also know it as a continent of Lemuria, okay, hence the hotel that we have here at the very end of the island. We have a hotel called Coco Lemuria. So that name derives from Seychelles or Prana's history. So when the continental drifts, the continental plates, they drifted apart when the ones are separated. Aldabra Atoll here, Cosmelodo Atoll, we have Providence Atoll, Fampa Atoll, and PF Atoll up here. Alright. So here we have a couple of species. Would be our heron here. This is the coconut crab. This is the largest living crab in the world. Alright, so we call it the coconut crab because as you can see, he's going up the coconut tree here. He gets up, he breaks a coconut himself. It falls down, he comes back down, he opens a coconut himself. Oh, you understand how strong you need to be in order for you to be able to open a coconut by yourself? I mean, I will not, I cannot break all my nails. Alright, so no. But the coconut crab, yes. Alright. So this species is found here on Aldabra, okay? No worries, not gonna run into him, okay? Because he's found here on Aldabra. So we have many species that you'll find on certain islands you won't find on the next island. For example, here on Palais, they have the black parrot, which is only here on Palais. Okay, so each, if we're lucky, they roam free. So if we're lucky, yeah, we'll definitely see them. So each animal, each species, they are on different islands as per the nutrients that they need. Alright, for example here, I'll explain and when we get inside why the black parrot is here on Palais and does not fly anywhere else. Here we have our sea turtles. Here we have two species. We have the green turtle and the hawksbill turtle. So they're quite big, okay, about 1.5 meters. But the green turtle is even bigger. Okay, so the sea anemone is a carnivorous plant. So it has a central mat here in the middle, and it has all these polyps here. Okay, they're actually really pretty. Okay, very colorful as you can see here. When the fish passes by, however, we have 3 species of frontside gecko, and we have 2 species of the green gecko. And I will explain once we get further inside what is the benefit that these geckos they're actually bringing to the ecosystem. So in order to identify the bonsai gecko, we always pay attention to its eyes and its feet. You see how big those are? Alright, so this is how we can differentiate him from the other 2. This is our surrogate frog. This is a very small frog species, only about a few inches, okay? And very well camouflaged, in case you're wondering. No, they're not poisonous. I know they might look like the dog frogs, but no, they're not. We don't have anything poisonous, nothing dangerous, okay? At least on land. Once you get into the ocean, it's a whole other story. Here, this is Seychelles black parrot here. And here this is Seychelles tiger chameleon, given that they change color. Yeah. So chameleons, they are very special. That is their defense, in order to hide from predators. Or during mating season, they change color. During mating season now, they become extremely beautiful. They can change from blue to white to yellow. They have all these all these colors they can change. Coming down there, cylindrical form, like a fruit form. But this is not a fruit. What it is a part of the male, okay? It produces the catkin. And on the catkin's sole purpose is to produce these flowers. Here. The flowers here, they are needed for pollination. Especially here, what we need for pollination would be pollens, like any other flower. Coco de mer. Here, Valley de Mai is very famous for the Coco de mer, correct? So our Coco de mer, we have the female and the male species, but separated. So the female bears the coconuts only. The male, he bears something else. So I always start with the male, and then we'll go on the female. The sun is going. Oh goodness gracious me. Alright, so if we stand here, but we need to just right here. Alright. So up here, this is the male tree. Okay, the male, he produces what we call a catkin. Alright. Okay, we have here a green gecko at the very bottom of the catkin. Do we see him? Yes. So the green gecko, as you can see, he is extracting the nectar. So this is a vital part of his diet. Okay, so geckos are omnivores. So they would feed on pollens, they would feed on fruit, okay, and they would feed on small insects, but they are not a carnivorous species. The lizards are a carnivorous species. And as the geckos, I'm trying to grab the pollens to show you. As the geckos, they feed, they collect the pollens beneath their bodies. Okay, I got it. They collect the pollens beneath their bodies, and the pollens would look something like this. Okay, so they would look something like this. These tiny, tiny yellow spots, microscopic yellow spots. Okay, not being a sticky creature, at least I think I'm not, but the geckos, you know, they are sticky animals. That is what allows them, the mucus is what allows them. Over here for dessert. How about some dessert?
Oh.
Alright. They'll be going over here to the female. So the female, she bears the coconuts, correct? But before they develop into coconuts, they are always have an even number, not a lot of number, because they grow parallel to each other. Okay, so here, these coconuts have not been pollinized, henceforth they have fallen.
This can last for
Only one way to be pollinized. And as you can see here, the entire, this is called a flowering stem. The entire flowering stem has fallen. We call it a flowering stem, as you can see here, it is attached to the tree. This is the branch that attaches to the tree. And it's a stem, alright, producing the flowers. So very simple, okay, a flowering stem. And sometimes you may have these coconuts that are pollinized. Okay, you may have maybe 4 pollinized per year. It's very heavy. So what makes it so heavy is that you have here inside, you do have a fruit. Okay, so the fruit is edible, but only when the fruit is immature. It's about 9 months. End of this island, which is quite far away. So we can have enough time, and I need to drop you back by 11:45. This is La Tanière Lac. Yes, but that is just how it specifically is. But here in Seychelles, we have a lot of rain.
But what you will, if you try to peel the upper skin, so you will see that unfortunately light green.
You'll find that some of the roots, okay, they're above ground. Okay, can actually hit your foot. Okay, so when all the roots are down, and of course they are tallied, okay, they are tallied, then yes, they can hold the soil together. Just for example, at the beach, do we have this small plants called Coco to build their houses? Okay, and all the palm trees except the Coco de Mer, because the Coco de Mer has a very, very strong leaf, okay, very strong stem, so they are not vulnerable to predators. So here, however, these palm trees, they're quite weak. So in order to protect the palm trees before they start to develop, start to mature, because the tissue at first is quite soft, they have all these thorns here. Okay, you see that? So you see the small coconuts, right? And then you see something coming out of the coconut, a pointed part. So that is the coconut that is developing. That is how you're gonna know if they're pollinized or not. If they have not been pollinized, the nectar. That is how the pollinization cannot be done by the bees. Bees, they need outer flowers. They need outer. Bees take the pollens.